Hey beautiful people, how's everyone doing on this amazing, glorious, phenomenal day, October 10th, 2020. What a powerful day it is for us to connect. How are you guys doing?
Hello everyone, it's a pleasure to connect with you all again.
As always. So we have a lot of new subscribers this month and we haven't introduced ourselves for months. So we just thought we'll take a moment before we dive into the juicy stuff and discuss the October energies. We have some amazing teachings to offer today. When I say amazing, I mean in the sense that it can really help upshift your reality in a tangible way. So my name is Eldora Rose. Like I said, we started this YouTube channel not too long ago. I would say in October or so of last year. It was completely guided. We were guided to start this YouTube channel, and the guidance was based on helping and serving people with the ascension of humanity into the fifth dimension, the ascension of Earth into the fifth dimension. We feel like this is truly we both have such different fields of life. We come from different walks of life, and both of us, we're like the yin and the yang. So I bring in the earthly experience, I bring in the business experience, I bring in the 5D experience. I'm a master manifester. I feel like I really know how to tap into the 5D energies. And Saman will talk to you guys in a second, but he brings in the energy healing, the shamanism, the galactic codes, the ascension codes. So the whole point of this YouTube channel was to share our love with you guys and to give you the blueprints, give you the codes, give you as much energetic support as we possibly can for you to upshift your reality and to start experiencing the magic of 5D. And I truly mean this when I say that you guys, any of you watching this channel, you're heralding, you are the front runners, the forerunners. We are really paving the way for humanity to go into 5D. We're 10 years from now, you guys are going to look at this video and say, oh my God, that's how powerful the now moment is. We are truly creating an army of love, an army of light, and we are truly, right now, the Ascended Masters are in training. So we feel like this is what we bring to you. We bring to you Ascended Mastery and all the codes that you need so that when it's time for you to teach your students or whoever's coming into your realm, you're ready and you're loaded with all this ammunition.
Absolutely. And like Eldora mentioned, the people who are tuning into this channel are the pioneers of this new age. We're heralding the new age of fifth dimensional consciousness, of merging with our higher selves, of exploring higher dimensions and becoming galactic human beings. So this is not an easy task for anyone, because we are the first wavers. We are the ones paving the way for humanity into uncharted territories as we expand our consciousness. And as we go through our own healing journeys, we are creating templates, and we like to call it breadcrumbs. We're dropping the breadcrumbs for all of humanity to follow for future years ahead, for future generations ahead. So welcome, and we're very excited to share this learning and exploration and this crazy adventurous spiritual journey that we call life.
So we're going to get started with everything that October has shown us so far and all of what October is going to bring us. And by identifying these patterns, it's just going to be so much easier for you to not be caught by surprise, and for you to identify these patterns in your life and transcend them with your mastery to access higher levels of consciousness. So the first thing that we'd like to share is that right now, all information comes in from the great central sun of the galaxy. The great central sun of the galaxy sends light packets, light codes for all of us for our ascension. It goes through our sun, the sun of our solar system, and then it goes into Earth. It enters the surface of Earth, the atmosphere of Earth, the energetic field of Earth, and then it makes its way to us, to humanity. We then process the lessons that this light is stirring up within us, and then once we process it and we go into our mastery, we send these down into the crystal grid of Earth, and we anchor these lessons, which is why Siman said breadcrumbs. Once we anchor these lessons and we master these lessons then become embedded in the grid of Earth, in the Gaia grid, so that when new initiates start their spiritual journey, journey into their mastery, they're able to access these grids. Right now, the magnetic field of the sun of our solar system, and the magnetic field of Earth are shrunk, are weakened. And that is happening for a reason. Think of it as the magnetic field of Earth and the magnetic field of our sun. Think of these as an umbrella that is either preventing or protecting or amplifying. So think of it as an umbrella between Earth and our sun and the great central sun, the sun of our galaxy. So right now, this umbrella is weakened. This umbrella is small, it's shriveled, which means we have higher access and more intense access to the intense energy streaming in from the great central sun. This is showing up in your lives as intensity, as instability, as chaos, as confusion, as extreme frustration. Like there's so much that is being stirred up. And why is all of this happening? Why is this even shriveled? Why are these cosmic energies flowing in like crazy, like the likes of which we have never seen? It's because Earth and humanity, we're being prepped and primed to handle the intensity of the fifth dimension. The intensity in the fifth dimension, the ego does not have a place. The negative ego does not have a place. In the fifth dimension, it's a certain level of mastery and a certain level of frequency, a vibrational frequency that is needed to get to the fifth dimension. And right now, anything that is not of that frequency is being shaken up. It's being stirred up. Did you want to add something to that?
Yeah, so many of you may be able to relate with what Eldora just mentioned in your own personal lives as either living in the heart or living in the head. So in the third dimension, the way we're taught to operate in our daily lives is constantly using our logic and suppressing our intuition. We were never taught how to use our intuition, our gut feeling, and our instincts. That's what we mean by heart. All of these form the heart mind, which is a greater coherent field of guidance. It's like an inner compass that is constantly telling us and teaching us through your feeling sensors what is the right choice, what is a choice that does not feel good. It's not so much about right and wrong, it's about, are you feeling good about the direction you're moving in? Are you feeling good about the decisions you're making? Are you feeling good about the choices you've made and the people that surround you in life? Are you feeling good about the circumstances that surround you? And normally what happens in the third dimension is because we're so driven by logic, we suppress our feelings. So we may be very sad inside, we may be feeling a void. You may be surrounded by luxury, but you may be just staring around, not feeling a connection with the people around you. You may not be feeling a connection with your partner or your parents or your loved ones or your family, and you may be going out of sync, and it may be driving you crazy. Why am I feeling this way? Everything is supposed to be so good. This is something that other people would welcome into their life. Why am I not feeling happy on a soul level? So when you start asking questions from the soul level about why am I feeling this way? What do I need to change in my life? So that is the pivotal point where your life's trajectory takes a new path. It's like a fork in the road, and you stop living through logic and reason. Although logic and reason are still needed for certain calculative decisions, but you start living more in harmony with your soul, more in harmony with your feelings and your intuition. You welcome higher guidance and higher channelings. So this is kind of like, in a nutshell, what humanity is going through. It's the training of going from your head to your heart.
Yes, and I feel like that is the biggest jump that I personally made. I was very logic driven. I was very proud of my brains. I was very proud of my intelligence until I realized that my mind can only get me so far. Ever since about last year or so, ever since I transitioned, it was literally a jump, moving in from the head, from the ego, from the mind, to the higher heart. The heart's wisdom by far surpasses the wisdom of your head. So right now, humanity is being asked to make that transition, always going to feeling state of, how does this feel? It doesn't matter whether you're looking at friendships or family or jobs or situations or where you want to go on vacation, whatever your situation, how does it feel? As opposed to, how does my mind view it, or does it feel good to my mind? One other thing I want to mention here is back to what I shared in the beginning. If you are currently going through frustration, let's just talk about frustration for a minute. I sense a lot of frustration in the collective field, and know that if you are frustrated, there's nothing wrong with you. There is a lot of frustration in the collective field because we are right smack in the midst of these intense ascension energies. The Schumann resonance has been spiking like ridiculous, crazy levels. Remember, if you are frustrated, remember that frustration kills vibration. So if you're frustrated about something, you're actually killing your own manifestation abilities. Let's say you're frustrated about not having a certain job, or you're frustrated about not being on your soul's path, or you're frustrated about not having enough money. By being frustrated, you are killing your manifestation. So really, really identify these things. This is what I mean by blueprints. When you don't even realize that frustration has just taken over your life. And very soon frustration has you off on a path that your higher self is completely the opposite of. So really nip frustration in the bud, minute by minute. Our ascension, our vibration is a minute by minute job. You have to keep yourself in check minute by minute. Another huge killer of your vibration and of your manifestation is the energy of expectation. What areas in your life are you having these crazy expectations? And I'll tell you why this is so important. The mind has certain expectations of its own that the heart is completely indifferent to. So for example, let's say your mind wants you to, I'm just going to mention the first example that pops. Let's say you're 28 years old. The mind says, oh, you need to get married, you need to have children, you need to get a job, you need stability. Okay, this is what the mind says. Let's say your heart may want to travel the world. Your heart may want to experience magic of adventure and moving. Maybe your heart does not want stability right now. Your heart wants new experiences, new adventures. By listening to your mind, what would happen? You will go into that marriage, or you'll go into that relationship. You might go into this job. You might go into this stability, and you might lose out on an experience of a lifetime in meeting your twin flame, let's say, or in starting a brand new career that is more coherent, more in harmony with 5D energies. So always the mind takes you, the ego mind takes you away from your higher path. Your heart steers you in the right direction. So it's very important right now to look at every single emotion that is stirring up from inside you. Are you thinking in lack, for example? So let's say you're really having a hard time financially, for whatever reason. If you're having a hard time financially, take full ownership of it. This is how I live my life. This is how Siman lives his life. We take full ownership of every single experience or emotion or reality that we're faced with. We take full ownership and we say, okay, if we're living and if we don't know how to make ends meet, we are vibrating lack. So the universe is showing us lack. It's always the law of attraction, my friends. It's always the law of attraction. I grew up in a very, middle class family of India. I ran away from home. I literally started my life with not even 5 cents in my pocket. I've slept on the streets, believe it or not. Some of you know about my story. I've come up the hard way. But one of the guiding factors in my life that has brought me so much abundance, and not just in money. I have an abundance of money and, well, it's not just money, it's wealth and joy and peace and health and love and confidence and experiences. This is all what brings you your abundance. So one of the biggest tips that I can give you is always feel abundant. When you're in lack, don't blame the universe for your lack. Don't blame, oh, well, I'm the poor me, look at me, I don't get to travel. That is victim consciousness. If you're in victim consciousness, you're killing your vibration, you're killing your manifestation. One other thing, before I pass it back to Simon, if you're in lack, change the way you look at everything. Instead of saying, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that, I wish I had that, change the equation. Change your thoughts, change your language. Think about, wow, I am so blessed to have this. I am so lucky to have that. I am so enriched. My life is so enriched. So think of all the things that you do have. Think of the beautiful meals that go into your body. Think of the relationships that surround you. Think of your health. Think of the fact that you're already on your ascension path. When you go into a vibration of gratitude and positivity, that opens up your abundance. So watch out for every single feeling, emotion, thought in your field.
Yeah. And just to expand on that thought further, a lot of people who are writing to us, and I see a lot of people posting on internet forums as well, and they're asking, why are things so intense on the planet right now? And to be honest, we're feeling the intensity along with everyone else. It feels as if the ground is shifting beneath your feet. It feels like there's no stability. It feels like the future is unpredictable. It seems like if you want to make long-term plans, like things shift so quickly that you cannot even have a solid ground to base your future plans on. So all of the human collective is right now feeling these intensities, and these intensities are not because you're doing something wrong. The first thing that humans tend to do is isolate themselves and blame themselves and say, what am I doing wrong? Maybe I should have done this, maybe I should have made this decision and not that one. But you see, all of humanity is currently going through a huge change and a huge transformation, and that is because Earth as a planet is ascending, and the human consciousness is deeply tied to Earth in this ascension. So the human consciousness is evolving from a primitive 3D isolated microcosm to a greater 5D macrocosm. We're learning how to engage on a higher level of consciousness where we are all connected to each other. We're not isolated human beings living on an island within our own bodies. Within the fifth dimensional consciousness, we all become one living, breathing organism. We become psychic. We are able to read and tune into energy fields and patterns. We are receiving galactic upgrades from the great central sun. Our DNA is changing. Our chakras are activating. Our kundalini is activating, and this is not always a pleasant experience. So if you're going through ascension symptoms like feeling low on energy, if you're feeling unexplained aches and pains within your body, you're waking up at like random times like 3 a.m., 4 a.m., these are all things that happen to all of us. So you're not alone. It probably, in most cases, if you're tuning into these messages, it means you are a light worker. You are an empath. You have heightened intuitive abilities that are opening up and making you bigger than a human being. Bigger. You're becoming a superhuman. You're becoming a galactic human. And you're activating innate gifts and abilities that you never had before. And these gifts and abilities are going to continue to expand over the next few years as we evolve so rapidly. And all of the challenges and the struggles that we're facing in our life right now, and I know things are very intense, it is all for a reason. It is like we're going through the journey from the caterpillar stage to expanding into the wings of a butterfly and flying. We are really, in tangible terms, we are becoming angelic human beings. We are becoming the mix of the divine template mixed with the human template. So we're going into uncharted territories, and this comes with growing pains. So let us not take on all the burden on ourselves and say, I'm doing something wrong, but rather expand into this and allow this transformation and see what we need to do to make this transformation easier for ourselves.
Absolutely. And I want to go back to the example Siman just shared about the caterpillar. If someone told the caterpillar, so in the analogy that you are the caterpillar, if someone told the caterpillar, hey buddy, don't worry, you know, after this crazy tight flight where you're going, you know, through, you're this crawly little caterpillar, you're slow, you know, pretty much nobody appreciates you, but guess what? Just hang in there a little more and you're going to transform into this beautiful, gorgeous butterfly that people build sanctuaries for. It's so colorful, people take pictures of, and you have wings, you can fly. What would the caterpillar say? The caterpillar will say, go, you know, like you're probably crazy. That is what we are in. We're in the caterpillar stage and we're moving into ascended mastery. Ascended mastery where we have gifts activating within us. We have, so many of you have said that you're having like your hand chakras activated. I know for me, for Siman personally, it's intense. It's been itchy, it's been activating. I have lines on my palm. All kinds of things are happening. Some of us we're actually seeing physical results, physical evidence of our ascension. We're going from carbon to crystalline. We're going from 2 strands of DNA back to our perfected 12 strands of DNA. So really go easy on yourself. One thing that would really help you guys right now is to do something that we like to call a reverse manifestation list. So you know how when we do our manifestation list, you're always thinking about what you want to attract? But have you ever thought about what you want to let go of? Right now, we're accelerating into December 21, 2020, intense energies. It's just going to get all the more intense, but it's happening for our good. So make a list of what habits do you want to break? What friendships do you want to let go of? What addictions do you have that you're ready to let go of? They don't serve your highest good. What thought patterns are you what are your thought patterns? What's in that head of yours? What do you want to let go of? Do you want to let go of lethargy, of laziness, of rudeness, of judging people, of expectation, of frustration? What do you want to let go of? What else? Change your language. Everything. So you guys know about the law of attraction. Whatever you attract into your reality, you're sending out, you're vibrating. Whatever you're vibrating, you're getting back. So right now, the matrix is enhanced to be a mirror for you. The matrix right now is, think of the matrix around you like a mirror. It's amplifying anything that does not work well for you. It's amplifying it. It's amplifying it like never before. So if you have the energy of envy, I'm just making this up, the matrix will amplify this energy and show you more reasons for you to be envious. If you're vibrating lack, the matrix is going to amplify this and mirror to you that you are in fact a poor person. You are in fact hopeless. It's going to mirror to you that you are in fact not worthy. But if you shift that and say, hey, I don't need to live in lack. I am abundant. Abundance surrounds me. Look at those beautiful trees. Look at this crisp air that I breathe. This amazing, produce that I eat. Whatever abundance means to you. Maybe you have a loved one in your life that you feel so thankful for. Move into gratitude. Gratitude is one of the mastery lessons that are coming in for 5th dimension reality. Gratitude is the final step. You have to have a level of gratitude that ascended masters have. Constantly stay in the vibration of gratitude. Wherever you're taking a shower, go into the vibration of gratitude. Oh my God, like when I have a shower, I'm not even joking, it's like an orgasmic experience for me. I'm like, oh my God, the water feels so good. Oh my God, it's so warm. And I'm not just acting, that's how I feel. I feel so abundant because abundance surrounds me. When I feel the sun's rays on my face, I'm like, oh my God, we are so abundant. So constantly affirm to the universe how abundant you are, and the matrix will reflect that to you. The matrix will reflect that to you. So one of the important things is to make that manifestation, the reverse manifestation list. And I want to share one quick example, which is so freaking interesting. Siman and I were on the beach just a few days ago, about 3 or 4 days ago, in Nosara, Costa Rica. And I stood there and I said, oh my God, dear spirits of, we were the only ones on the beach. It was sunset time. There's very few people here. And I said, thank you, spirit of the air, spirits of the water. Thank you, sun. Thank you, earth. And I said, I have come to Costa Rica. Thank you for inviting me to your land. And I said, I'm open to receiving your gifts. And so I said a very powerful prayer, blessing, greeting to them. And within 30 seconds to 45 seconds of me doing that, I tripped on a rock in the ocean. There's no rocks in this ocean. These ocean beds are like pure sandy beaches. I tripped on that thing and I fell down. I tripped and I fell on my knee. And I scraped my knee. It was not even painful. I scraped my knee. And instantly I went into my little girl mode. I was like, oh, my knee hurts. My knee hurts. Because when I'm with him, my little girl side is amplified. So he instantly said, oh, let's look at your knee. And he started giving it love. And then he got a message. He looked at me and he says, does that really hurt, or are you just holding on to your pain to receive love? And I was like, oh my God, I had a breakthrough. I had a breakthrough at that moment. In my childhood, I didn't receive love. And because of that, I remember every time I was beaten, or every time I was shouted at, or every time I was insulted, especially when I was beaten or when I was hurt, that's when my dad would take me for a walk and buy me ice cream. So I equated that when I was hurt, I would get love. So I was holding on to pain to receive love. And as soon as he said that, I was like, I'm not even hurting. And I just let it go. Now, why is this example so important? If you're living, so remember Siman said you can either be thinking 3D or you can be thinking 5D. What would happen in 3D? I would say, what the hell? I just said a prayer to the spirits of the land, spirits of the water, and this is how they greet me. They make me fall, and that's victim consciousness. They make me fall, and look at that. They didn't even protect me. No, my friends, the spirits of the water gave me the biggest gift as a welcome gift to Nosara, welcome gift to Costa Rica. This is how ascended masters work. This is how the higher self works. We don't offer, this is how masters work. We don't offer 3D kind of love and become band-aids to you or bandages to you. We empower you. So what the spirits did and what this lesson did was it empowered me to not hold on to pain to receive love. That's an old story playing. That's an old pattern. I can let it go. I don't need that anymore. So that's how I'm giving you all these blueprints, because everything coming in your field now has a lesson. One of our strengths is we can look at everything for what it brings us as a lesson, and we can transcend it and we fly. It's like every time we're flying to a higher level of the game.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful story, and I love the way you shared that. And this is one of the things that brings our heart a lot of joy, is that we look at our life as a mystery school. So I encourage every one of you who are tuning into this message to also begin to look at your lives as a mystery school, because that one realization will change your whole outlook on life. You will stop seeing accidents, you will stop seeing random occurrences, and you will redefine everything as something, as a learning opportunity.
And nothing is an accident. Nothing.
Exactly.
There's no flukes. Not even
Every single thing that is happening in your life is orchestrated by your higher self to teach you the soul lessons that you need to learn. So this takes a bit of skill and practice, but when you hone the skill of looking at everything within yourself, don't project your misfortune onto others. Even when you are in an argument with another, the third dimensional way of looking at the argument would be, why is that person projecting their negativity at me? But the fifth dimensional consciousness is taking your power back and saying, why have I attracted this into my life? Perhaps I need better boundaries. Perhaps I need to change. Perhaps I am projecting negativity that I am not even consciously aware of. And I'm attracting negativity, but I'm not aware that I'm also sending it. So taking ownership of all of our thoughts and actions. And this is bringing us into the energies of October.
Yes.
So like Eldora mentioned, right now we're in a very powerful vortex of creation. And the veil between the third dimension and the fifth dimension, it's like the veil has turned into a thick wall. It's either you're manifesting your negative thoughts or you're manifesting your positive thoughts. There's no training period. It's like right now we've been riding a bicycle with training wheels on. Well, in October and moving forward, those training wheels are coming off. So if you're starting your spiritual journey, I'll do you a favor and let you know that when you make spirituality, when you make raising your vibration and consciousness your full-time job, that is the only way to succeed in New Earth. If you are holding on to your old stories of your victim mentality, of poor me, why does this happen to me, I have bad luck, somebody needs to come and save me, maybe I'll wait for that perfect guy or the perfect girl to heal all my wounds.
And then be happy.
That's not going to happen. Fifth dimensional consciousness is all about mastery. There's nobody coming to save you but yourself. We have to take our power back. And right now we're going through a tunnel. It's sort of like we're weaving our way from the third dimension into the fifth dimension, and we're passing through a very narrow tunnel. And as you go through your lessons of mastery, that tunnel becomes more and more narrow.
Like a caterpillar.
Like a caterpillar. But when you are in your stages of mastery, that the room for error becomes very, very small. And I'm not saying this to scare anyone or put anyone off.
And it's not even error. It's more like when you do something that it's not an error. You can just snap out of it and say, oh, oops, I was going into lack. Oops, I was going into expectation. Just come back.
So basically, when you're on your path of mastery, you cannot have any expectations. And that's something Eldora mentioned already. When you have any expectations for how life should treat you or how people should treat you, then you are cornering yourself. You have to learn how to let go and go with the flow. Not having any expectations is a very high template. It just frees up your energy to just go with the flow of life. And that's the highest template.
Absolutely. One other thing I'd like to add is that we have to be rooted. Right now, it's the time for you to be rooted in who you are. And this is a training that we both received when we first started our YouTube channels. Our guides prepared us saying, be ready to lose it all. Be ready to walk away from it. You guys don't know this, but when I first started my YouTube channel, it was completely based on guidance. I started the YouTube channel. I made 2 videos. They were both about 5D blueprints. The second one especially was amazing. It's actually one of the best videos. In fact, I was telling Siman we should repost it. My YouTube channel was taken down. For some weird reason, it was taken down.
Your Facebook page was taken down.
No, my YouTube channel was taken down. This was back in October of last year when I just had uploaded 2 videos. And I was heartbroken because in those days I wasn't rooted in who I am. I was heartbroken. I was devastated. And that's when my guides trained me. They said, we orchestrated this to teach you that you don't give away your power to Facebook. Don't give away your power to YouTube. Don't give away your power to anybody, because you are the energy. You are the teaching. You are the master. All these are just platforms. They're just tools. So when you start realizing, oh my God, I can teach fiercely. I can teach freely because I am the energy. This can never be taken away from me. A new consciousness dawns upon you when you're even speaking on that channel. So recently, when my Facebook page was taken down, it didn't hit me. It didn't faze me. I was hurt because that was my soul family. But very quickly, I transcended that hurt and I said, so what? So what? Often, human beings can get completely derailed by saying, well, this sucks, my life sucks, my page got taken down, I'm doomed. It's very important to be rooted in who you are. Remind yourself you are a divine being having a human experience, and keep affirming to yourself, I am divinity. I am peace. I am joy. I am abundance. I am love. Everything else is just the illusion that you're trying to work towards and bring you back to who you are. So be rooted in who you are, because once you're rooted in who you are, like a tree with these roots going down, it doesn't matter what storm comes, when you're a tree and your roots are deep and your roots are strong, nothing can shake you. Nothing can faze you. So be rooted in who you are, and remember, you are divinity having a human experience. So don't get caught up in your human stories and your human lies and your human illusions. These are all illusions. Be rooted in who you are. Did you want to say anything about the 1010 portal today?
Yes, we also wanted to take this opportunity because today is a very energetically speaking powerful vortex. So it is the October 10, 2020, and the number 10 multiplied by 2, which is 1010, it brings us into the energy of completion and mastery. So 10 is the number of completion, and it is also the number of mastery. So what does this mean in our daily lives? It really means, what it equates to is that we are ending the old cycle of the energies of 2020. And many will be cheering with joy when we think about 2020 moving behind us and bringing in the celebratory and forward-moving energies of 2021. This is not to say that there's still maybe challenging energies that are coming, but oh man, like 2020 has just really put the best of us to the test.
It's been a bitch.
That's a very good way to put it. So we are entering into the 2021 energy. However, October is going to be an intense month. November is going to be an intenser month. And this is leading us all the way into what many people like to call the event, which is going to be a great burst of energy from the great central sun coming into Earth on December 21st, 2020. Some people know that as the solar flash, but I'm not going to go into that in this video. We'll channel that as the guidance comes. But we are being prepared for a very grand cosmic event that is going to be the crescendo of the musical performance that was 2020. So things are going to get intense, but this is the time for us to move inwards. And all the challenges that are coming as a natural byproduct of these intense energies, all the struggles that we are facing in our life right now are reminding us that what in our life needs to be left behind. Take stock of your life and really take this time to realize what you need to leave behind, and then set intentions for what you want to create. So
Yes.
be very conscious of your thoughts, because anything that we put out there is being magnified and sent back to us.
And also, this is the time for new beginnings, guys. It's the energy right now. It's all about new beginnings. It's all about planting the seeds. What seeds do you want to plant today and water? What seeds do you want to plant today and then water and nourish for the next few months as you get into 2021? Think about these things. Right now, it's a time of great transformation, great change, great opportunity. Don't let this time go by. What seeds are you planting? What do you want to manifest? What do you want to let go of? So these are all very important. Mars is also very close to Earth. Did you want to talk about that real quick?
Yeah, Mars, Mercury retrograde coming on October 13th for the next 3 weeks. So both of these energies combined, as we know, the energy of Mars is very masculine. It's anger, and anger can also be a very transformational tool. When we harness the power of Mars, we are looking at the energy of the wounded masculine. So a lot of people who, I'm not going to say a lot of men, because women also carry the wounded masculine. We both carry both the energies of the feminine and the masculine. So Mars and Mercury retrograde, these are all going to bring our shit up. This is all going to bring up our ego and flare-ups, miscommunications, technical glitches, and it's an energy that's usually rocky to navigate. So pay more attention to your ego. Pay more attention to when you're reacting rather than responding with a cool, calm, collected demeanor. So moving out of our ego and more into our hearts, this is a great training ground for all the lessons that you have been faced with in 2020. You're going to be tested on it. Because if we don't pass the test, then unfortunately we have to repeat the lesson, right? So these next 3 weeks are going to be the final exams for what have you learned this year. And it's not only about learning it with your logic. You have to display mastery by not reacting through your ego and bringing yourself back into the state of peace and bliss and happiness, and only responding through love.
And I'll elaborate on that. So if somebody sends you a text message and you want to respond saying, how dare you speak to me this way? Or what do you think of yourself? And let's say you have a higher access. It happens to us all the time. Like right now, I have a very high vibrational community. So you guys are like high in your gratitude. You guys are high in your respect. But when I first started my channel, I had like a lot of mixed energies commenting. And I could easily go and put people in their place if I wanted to. I could easily go and say, hey, buddy, I know what you're saying, but just so you know, in the higher echelons of 5D, what you're saying is outdated. I could easily do that because that's what my ego wanted to do all the time. If somebody spoke something, I wanted to go and correct them. And very early on, our guides taught us, don't even engage, because that is reacting. You're reacting. That means you're not in your power. You're not in your strength. Your ego wants to react because you don't feel powerful enough, that your ego wants to take over, right? When you're in your mastery, you respond and you choose whether you want to respond or not. So in my case, if somebody said something, a lot of times people were trying to teach me certain lessons with my own teaching, and I could see very well that they're coming from ego, they're coming from rudeness, they're coming from disrespect. So I had a choice. Do I want to even address them? No. If somebody, on the other hand, actually had a feedback, or someone actually took the time to say, hey, I really don't understand this, then of course I always chose to respond. So by doing this, what happened to my channel? What happened to our channel? We started only attracting the higher vibrational folks who are rooted in gratitude, who are rooted in respect, who send us love, who hold us in light, who see that we're doing this as unconditional loving service. So you see, your reality shifts when you start responding and not reacting. It's very important. These are like the blueprints of the fifth dimension. So we've been about 45 minutes, I think, if I remember right.
Just about.
So I think we're going to wrap this up. And anything you want to say, wrapping up?
Let's say closing meditation.
You want to?
Sure.
Sure. Just like real quick?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to lead it?
Sure.
Go for it.
Okay. So I invite you for the next few moments to close your eyes and take a deep breath. You may want to place your hands on your heart, breathing in, holding our breath for a few moments, and breathing out, letting go of any frustration, heaviness, negativity that we may be carrying. Feel your energy coming back into your body. And when we're in our body, we're more in touch with our feelings. We're more present in the now moment. We're bringing our thoughts to a standstill. We're bringing our mind to a standstill. Let us not worry about the future that has not yet been created, or the past that we can no longer change. But let us bring ourselves back in each moment as we navigate these trying times, exciting times, adventurous times. As we navigate this winding road called life, let us bring our awareness into each present moment, for that is the vortex of creation. That is the vortex where infinite possibilities reside. So remembering this mantra of constantly bringing our presence, our consciousness back into our center, stilling our mind and letting go of any tension, any lower repressed emotions of anger, fear, chaos, confusion, letting them go and using our breath as a tool in each moment. Our breath is signifying the death and rebirth of each moment. So bringing ourselves back through our breath and letting parts of yourself that are not in alignment with your highest joy, letting them go with each out breath and bringing in the energies of creation, of peace, of stability, of clear seeing, of intuition. Your heart already knows what your mind wants to know. Take that in for a moment. Your heart already knows what your mind strives so hard to comprehend.
And tell yourself, I am with you now. I am in the now. I am with you. Tell yourself that. I am here. I am present. I am listening. I am observing. I am learning. I am evolving. I am here. I am my first priority. I am here. I am present. I can smell the fragrance in the air. I can feel the little breeze that caresses my skin. I can feel my heart beat. I can feel my subtle energies. I can feel. I can see. I am able to see. I see clearly. I hear clearly. Tune into the energies, the subtle vibrations around you. Because when you do, your mind is not even in the picture. Your mind simply disappears. You're so present. In this state of presence, there's no worries. There's no worries. There's no lack. There's no frustration. There's no anxiety. There's no pain. There's no judgment. There's no anger. There's just peace. There's just harmony. There's just surrender. There's just knowingness. So allow these energies to fill your aura. These energies of joy and harmony and peace and clarity and trust and faith and surrender. Breathe them out into your aura and feel your aura expanding with these positive vibrations. And do this any number of times in a day. You'll start noticing that your vibration increases, your reality shifts. Constantly go back to your heart, into your presence, into the now moment. Taking a few deep breaths in and out. Deeply breathing in fresh, cleansing prana energy, life force energy, filling it up into your organs, your bones, your aura, your every cell in your body. Fill it up. Your breath comes to you so effortlessly. It doesn't cost you anything. Breathe in and breathe out. Whatever no longer serves you, breathe it out. Taking a moment to recenter yourself, rebalance yourself, and putting some pressure on your palm, on your heart, putting some pressure. I am okay. All is well. Great things are coming. Beauty surrounds me. Magic surrounds me. Love surrounds me. I just have to know where to look. I just have to change the filter with which I look. I am so abundant, so abundant. I am so blessed. Thank you, universe. Thank you, universe. Thank you, Mother. Thank you, Father. Thank you, guardian angels. Thank you, Earth. Bringing your consciousness back. Wiggling your fingers and toes if you need to. And opening your eyes.
And with that, we say goodbye.
Until next time.
And thank you for tuning in. Sending you all of our love.
I love you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.